You guys asked for it, so here are the top 10 most underrated console games of 2025. Let's start with Shinobi Art of Vengeance. First off, look at this beautiful hand-drawn art style. It's just immaculate. This is a 2D action platformer that's a modern take on classic Shinobi arcade combat. Monster Train 2 is a roguelite deck builder that takes place on a 3-layered train, so you're fighting on 3 different levels here, and it's a train infested with monsters, and each round comes with increasingly difficult enemies you're fighting. I think if you like Balatro or Slay the Spire, you'll get a kick out of this one. Goodnight Universe is an emotional first-person action game where you play as a 6-month-old baby with psychic powers. Not only can you move objects with your mind, but you can also read your parents' thoughts and feelings, and you can see all the different cracks that are forming in this family as these parents become increasingly overwhelmed with taking care of a child that they feel may just be beyond their capacity to raise. It's an exploration of how our childhood experiences shape us into the adults that we become, but also the pressures that parents face, both external and internal, in terms of raising their children and trying not to harm them. Urban Myth Dissolution Center is an episodic mystery adventure game about an agency that works to uncover the root causes of different urban tales. Absolem is a roguelite beat-em-up that takes place in an original fantasy universe, and it's one of my favorite games of 2025. It has really engaging and replayable combat, a lot of really fun synergies between all the different characters, and it's also couch co-op, so if you want to play it with a friend, your partner, or your Satoru Gojo body pillow, you can do it. 1000 Times Resist is one of the best stories ever told in video games, and you absolutely have to play this game. If you're interested in games that explore intergenerational trauma, immigration-related trauma, violent versus non-violent protest, or if you just like Attack on Titan because there's so much good shared DNA here, you have to play this game. Sunderfolk is basically a virtual Dungeons & Dragons one-shot campaign. If you don't know what a one-shot is, it's basically just playing a Dungeons & Dragons campaign in one sitting. It's played on the couch and it uses your phone as the controller, so it's great for people who are new to gaming or people who are new to Dungeons & Dragons to really get them onboarded and get them comfortable. Citizen Sleeper 2 is one of the best written and most innovative sequels I've played this year. You can kind of think of it as Interstellar Severance, and I would just say if you're into sci-fi games, you should definitely just check it out. Despelote is one of the most interesting indie games that released this year. You play as the writer and director of the game, Julian Cordero, during his childhood years living in Quito, Ecuador, during the time in which the country was in competition to qualify for the World Cup. You get to experience the city, country, and culture through his eyes as a child, while he as an adult is narrating over the events of the game with social and political commentary as to what was happening at that time in the country. It also has one of the most unique endings to a game I've ever played. And lastly, we have Hell Is Us, which was criminally overlooked because it released on the exact same day as Hollow Knight Silksong. This is a third-person action-adventure game that takes place in a country ravaged by civil war with some dark fantasy lore that's deeply reminiscent of Berserk if you've ever read that. This game is a direct response to the bloated Ubisoft-style open-world games that we've gotten used to, where there's a ton of map markers, the game is always pointing you at something new to do. In Hell Is Us, they don't give you any map markers. You have to take notes of what the NPCs say to figure out where to go next for quests or where dungeons might be, where secrets are hidden. If you want a game that's not going to hold your hand, you should definitely check it out.